If you want to smell put together and like the fluffiest, creamiest, iridescent cloud, Milk Orchid is a fragrance you need to get your nose on. Imagine this, you are jumping on a fluffy, bouncy comforter that is covered in white, crisp sheets, while a creamy, nutty, cozy smell lingers in the background. That is the smell of Milk Orchid. Honestly, when I saw the notes of this fragrance, I was scared. I was scared. Fig milk, coconut cream, macadamia milk. It was sounding kind of spooky. But Emma and Commodity knocked it out of the park. If you're buying Milk Orchid expecting it to smell like a tall glass of milk, you are going to be disappointed. Honestly, the lactonicness and the milkiness of this fragrance doesn't come off like dairy milk. It comes off like you're being hugged by milk. Like imagine if your blanketer was dipped in milk and then you wrapped it all around yourself. That cozy, comforting, warm, almost like nutty feeling, that is the feeling of Milk Orchid. You guys know how I feel about a coconut note. Coconut and I do not see eye to eye. My nose is able to sniff out the tiniest amount of a coconut note and it starts to give very sunscreen to me. But the coconut in Milk Orchid doesn't give solar, it doesn't give sunscreen. There is nothing beachy about Milk Orchid. There's also the fig milk note. Fig is a note that a lot of people tend to struggle with because it can smell very green. But the fig milk note here is more of a fuzzy peach skin creamy fig as opposed to a green earthy kind of fig, and it complements the creaminess and the nuttiness really well. If you look at the stock images for Milk Orchid, I feel like it completely encapsulates the vibe of this fragrance. This is not a flanker of milk, it doesn't smell like Blanche Bette. If I had to compare Milk Orchid to any fragrance that I have tried, I would say more like Queenie by Mind Games. Queenie by Mind Games leans more heavily into like the cotton bedding kind of smell. This one leans more into like the fluffy creaminess. Milk Orchid is a stunner of a fragrance and it's going to be my first full-size bottle that I purchased from Sephora in 2025.